Hello and welcome to Traditional Stitches FlossTube video number 58. I'm Janice Spencer, the owner of Traditional Stitches, and with me today is our friend Rose Heck. Hi Rose.
Good morning, Janice.
Feels like it's been a long time since we've done this.
It has been. February, I think.
Yeah, we got a little bit off our usual monthly schedule.
Just before Nashville.
Yes, exactly.
So.
And how have things been?
Good, busy as per usual with everything going on, family and work, but that's okay.
And I think you said you already had your first camping trip.
Yeah, we did. It was awesome.
Oh, good. Yeah. I was worried it was going to be cold.
No, it was really windy, so we didn't have any fires, just, the wind and that. We did get out some hikes, but this time of year, the bears are coming out. So we were really careful where we went.
All right.
And, but we really enjoyed ourselves. It was what we needed. We had about 5 days of camping. So,
perfect.
Yeah,
good. All right. Well, like you said, we haven't recorded a video since before Nashville, and the time has gone by in a blink. Yeah. We had an awesome market. Everything was really great. Lots of good product. Some time visiting with people. We had tribute to Jean Lee on Saturday morning, which was important, and missed her presence greatly throughout the whole weekend. But we hit the ground running as soon as we got back and haven't really stopped again since then. So
I know.
Yeah. So, but all good things.
Yeah.
So in this video, we're going to catch up and talk about a few more Nashville things, but hopefully this is the last time I talk about it. Update on some things in the shop. And talk a little bit about the current tariff situation. And then we've got hand-dyed linen parade and plans to share.
Sounds good.
So you've been in the shop in the last couple of weeks and picked up a few Nashville things.
Yeah, I did. Do you want to show that now?
Sure. What was your favorite? Or favorites?
Well, I mean, I didn't get a lot, but I think my absolute favorite, because I've been looking for this for a long time, is Connected by the Red Thread.
Yeah.
And this is chock-a-block full of designs, but Simone has added all sorts of tips and tricks on how to do hem finishing, and I think she called it mouse bites. I have to look into this more.
Okay.
About finishing, and it's going to be something that I'm also going to use more than just for designs, but for pointers. So can always use tips and tricks.
Yes.
The other one, and I didn't take this, I don't know if it's going to glare, is From Velvet to Linen by Kathy Barrett.
Right.
And I have plans for this one. As you well know, I'm not doing it on my usual 40 or 46 count. I'm doing it on 28 count Legacy from Picture This Plus. And the reason being, I have an antique oval frame that I want to fit it in. So that's the color. So it's not quite the same, but to me, it went well with my floss. And I'm just using DMC because on 28 count linen floss, it'll eat up the floss like nobody's business.
Yeah.
So I just have to do a little bit of changes. If you look where the bird and the butterfly are, so we've got the bird and the butterfly, I'm going to just shift them up more into here, and then it should fit this frame. But I'll start at the bottom and then move my way up, and then I can, work things around and, trial and error type.
Yeah. Well, you had brought the frame in with you when you came to the shop the last time, so I think it's going to look super cool.
I think it will be really cool. Yeah, I should actually show that frame. I'll leave the glass out of it. A little tricky. So I have a piece of concave glass, but that is the frame. So it's kind of oval, kind of square, but it has these corners. So it should work. Should work. Knock on wood.
Well, you'll have to keep us posted on that.
Yeah, I will. I will. So I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna have a cat jumping up. Cat and dog sitting, so
You
never
have
know.
house call?
yes. So yeah, and I got a few other things, but those are the two highlights that I really enjoyed.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, we came home with 400 plus pounds of luggage and almost 500 items added to the website. And so if you go into our Nashville section of our website, which I've linked below, you'll see all of them. And there's 19 or 20 pages to go through of items. And we'll leave that section up for a few months because it's really good reference we find for our customers, but also for us in the shop.
Right.
For people to have a look at.
And you mentioned that this was the biggest Nashville as far as items that you've put on the website. Is that correct?
Yeah, items that we put on the website, I'm pretty sure that it is the biggest number of shops attending that we've seen in last years, and probably designers. And that was because there were quite a few designers that were sharing rooms, so they got to fit a few more in. And so over the course of the weekend, we didn't get to see all of the designers. We didn't get to walk in all of the rooms. There wasn't enough time.
I can only imagine.
And we got a little saturated. So we were trying to do that on Sunday afternoon, do a last walkthrough and see all the people that we hadn't. And it just got to the point where we were looking, but it was not getting past. So we called it. And but no, it was really great market.
Yeah,
so
I would information overload, I would think, by day 3.
Yeah.
So we'll call it the walking zombies.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so my focus is just so much shopping for the shop. I don't really get a chance to look for my personal taste and stuff. So,
yeah, that's a little bit what I have been hearing from shop owners and designers and that have been there. I've been watching and reading, and they're saying the same thing. So
yeah. So it's been really great. We are still running behind in the shop. So between just the volume of Nashville orders, ordering all of our reorders, getting some really big fabric shipments in, everybody's picking up extra shifts and working really hard. I am seeing progress, so I'm really happy about that, but we are still running behind.
Okay.
So there were lots of really great limited edition kits and exclusives at Nashville this year. And for the most part, we still have some good stock of those left. So if there's anything that was catching your eye, definitely go ahead and place an order for that, and we'll be able to fill it. I've written a couple of email newsletters since the Nashville market. And so in one of them, I mentioned that I was going to start the Shakespeare Peddler release from Nashville called Joy. So it was an exclusive for a month after Nashville. And I should know better. So within a few hours of me mentioning that I was going to stitch it, I was going to take the kit home with me on the weekend and start it, we sold out before I got a chance to build my kit.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So the original thread pack for this chart has 6 skeins of gentle art thread. 3 of them were for the regular line, and 3 of them were limited edition. Well, those sold out in a flash at Nashville.
Okay.
So now the gentle art has done a conversion that includes those original 3 regular line, but also 3 colors from their regular line, so that it's accessible to everybody, because it would have been disappointing for such a beautiful design so popular to not have threads available. So I ended up with a conversion, and I'm stitching it happily, and it's turning out great. So this is the cover of the chart that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So Christmassy, and I started at the top, and I actually can't wait to get to this basket and do that. And it's got a real subtle border all the way around, and so it's joy.
What linen are you stitching it on?
It calls for a 40 count Newcastle raw.
So
that's what we've been kitting out.
Yeah.
which is accessible and lets the design kind of speak for itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll show you my progress with the conversion colors so far.
That's really
So
pretty.
yeah, it's a little bit better, shows colors a little bit better
Yeah.
here. So it is subtle,
Yeah.
but as I build it out, the colors are going to stand
Yeah.
out, and it just really is pretty. And
We
so
can
this
call it,
is,
go ahead.
so this is it on 40 count. So it's not a big design because it's only
No.
that wide, and
Understated elegance,
yeah, that's right.
especially with the raw. We tend to look at natural raw linen and go, oh, no, but it kind of steps back and lets the design speak for itself.
Yeah, yes, and sometimes it's tempting not to make those choices, but I think they're good ones.
Yeah.
So Gentle Art is sending us a bale of cotton, hand-dyed cotton, and it should be here within the next few days. So people who have been waiting for those threads, they'll be here, and we have lots of extras. So.
Okay, a bale and cotton floss. I've never heard in one.
Oh, well, you know you're getting a big order from the Gentle Art when they ship it in a white garbage bag.
Okay, yes, I think I've seen that, but I've never quite heard it called a bale.
A bale. Anyways, it's going to be in a big box.
Okay.
So we'll have lots of those, and everybody is welcome to join us in it because it's fun. Okie doke. So other top sellers from the Nashville market, if you go onto our website in the Nashville section, there's a slider bar that's at the very top that shows the best sellers, and then you can arrow over and it'll show you a few screens of those. So the #1 bestseller this year was the Nashville Cookbook, the Yarn Tree publisher.
Yeah.
That way. Yeah,
I've got it. Yeah.
So Yarn Tree publishes this every year, and it is completely exclusive to shops that attend Nashville, and they will do reprints, so we can reorder. We're down to like our last 6 of them, so, and I'm not sure if they're going to have more left, but anyways, I saw on social media this morning that somebody has started a stitch along for the designs in the cookbook.
Oh, yes, I think so.
Yeah, so I'll just show you the inside of a page. So this is hands-on designs page in the cookbook. So they have a tiny little chart. It says Noel. And then the recipe is for a crustless quiche. So I think that everybody should do a stitch along of all the designs and a cook along of all of the recipes and report back.
If anybody follows Hands-On Design, their FlossTube, Kathy and Bill spend a lot of time in their kitchen with a drink, and a lot of times they are cooking something for supper. And she will post recipes just on her, I think, website. Don't quote me on that. So it's kind of a natural thing for her to have, you know, a recipe in here along with a design.
So very popular. Of course, the other popular ones were the 2 Blackbird Designs books. So their Gifts of the Season was one, and Sweetbird Sings the other. And both of those books included a few different designs. And some of them are previously released charts that people have been looking for quite a while to get their hands on. So that's awesome that Alma is doing that. So those are available. And then, of course, Brenda Gervais' designs were all super popular this year. One that I thought was fun, and speaking of hands-on design, was Ladybug Picnic.
I didn't bring it out. Maybe I had a sense that you were going to talk about it. So
yeah,
that's this one.
Yeah, so
yeah, I have it upset, right?
So much fun. And you got the linen too?
I do.
Yeah.
I didn't need sorry.
The linen is 32 count pomegranate from Fabrics by Stephanie, Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, and it's just amazing.
It is. I mean, I don't stitch on pink. I do wear pink. And this is so pretty. This is so pretty. So I have a feeling I have a daughter and a granddaughter that once they see this stitched up, they're going to want one too. So.
Oh, so you might have to do more than one.
I think so. Either that or just give this one away. I'll be done with it.
Yep. Well, I really like that one too.
It's so stinking cute.
Yeah. We brought back some hand-dyed linens, including some great neutrals from Be Stitch Me, and so we still have those available in the shop. And then new hand-dyed threads, which is actually what I'm going to show you today, is an assortment of those. So Classic Colorworks had 3 colors, and we did sell out of those, but more are shipping to us today, so that's awesome. They'll be here soon. But let me insert a picture of them here so that you know what I'm talking about. And so these new thread colors, we have them available on our website as bundles. So instead of trying to hunt them down individually, you can just add a bundle to your shopping cart and know that you're getting them. So then the other ones that I have to show you. These are the new skeins of cotton from Weeks Dye Works. And they also did a new color of pearl cotton, which I did not bring. Where's our better color today? I have the window closed because it was, the blind closed because it was really glary in here. And I'm at home today with the dog, and it cuts down on the chances of him deciding to bark at something out the window too. Yeah. Okay, Gentle Art had 6 new colors. 4 are additions to their regular thread line, and then 2 are limited editions. And the limited editions are only available in the 5-yard skeins. They don't skein them on the 10s. So those are the new 5 yards, including the limited editions. It's a nice range there.
I'd love to see a design with that key line.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a really good accent color, like good grass.
Exactly. And sometimes those bright colors come at you and you go, oh, that works. So
there's I did a Weeks Dye Works thread order yesterday, and there's a couple of colors that are really bright, like chartreuse and absinthe and those kinds of things. And I'm amazed at how often I reorder those colors, because you wouldn't think that they're called for, but they really are used a lot. So then these are the 10-yard skeins from the Gentle Art, the colors that got added to the regular line.
Okay. So, that blue one is pretty.
Yeah, it is. It is called Cerulean.
Oh, cerulean blue, yes.
All right, and then so the Gentle Art also did 2 limited edition thread packs for market, which they usually do. So the first one, these are the colors for it, and this is called Happily Ever After, and it has this one dark color in here that's really hard to see, but you can see it here, that's got red and like this really deep burgundy and the green in it, which I think is going to be a lot of fun for like Christmassy. That's not bright, and so that's the Happily Ever After thread pack.
Okay.
And then they did a mystery thread pack, which they package in these black cellophane bags so that you can't see what's in there. So it truly is a mystery till you open it up. But I did open up the one that I brought, and so these are the colors that are in there. Okay. This dark one is, oh, they don't have names on them. But
are they limited edition?
They are limited edition, so these mystery ones don't have names, but they're just a really nice range of colors. Nice. So the label on the front of the bag says, "Everyone loves a good mystery and an opportunity to stitch with something new. Each mystery pack contains 5 randomly selected 5-yard skeins of limited edition threads from a vast possibility of different colors. Keep them all or trade with a friend. Either way, have some fun with something new."
So what you're saying is every pack will be different. Okay.
Yes, and I haven't opened them all to prove how different they are, but
you can't open all the candy bags.
Sure. So anyway, so those are fun.
Yeah, those do look fun.
Yeah. And then what else? Oh, Dinky Dyes Silk. So
nice.
These colors, Easter's around the corner, and these colors just make me think of Easter.
Those are so nice.
Aren't they pretty?
They are.
And then some good brownie, neutrally
Yeah.
colors too. So those are the new 6 colors from Dinky Dyes for Nashville this year. And then Gloriana had new colors in their 12 strand and in their Tudor. And these just are such a lovely range. Sure. Somehow I have multiples. But I only want to show you one. So this is a really nice rose and a good light color. And then this is a deeper burgundy and pretty blue, another pretty blue. So those are new Glorianas. The blue is called Mesa Blue. And I was in Portland last weekend and taking a class, of course, from Jeanette Douglas, who lives 20 minutes away from me, but we went to Portland. And she used this Mesa Blue color in the sampler that we took, and it is stunning. So beautiful.
Okay. That might be the new Chester's Blue. Looks like it has a little more of a purple undertone.
Yeah, it can be quite bright. And actually, I think Chester's is used in the same design.
Oh, okay.
So they're
I'd love to see how they look beside each other.
Yeah, I can make that happen. I think.
Okay.
Let me see how close it is. It should be right here. So this was our class project that Jeanette taught that it's the newest in her series of stitch words, the samplers that she's been teaching. And I think I've taken all the classes from her, but I don't have them finished yet. But
okay.
So the 2 blues are used together in this flower.
Okay.
It's not showing up bright enough, but
interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, fun. Take it if you get a chance. Anything from Jeanette Douglas. We had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Lisa and I just about killed ourselves hiking while we were in Portland, but the stitching class was great.
Yeah, good. You got to have some calm with the storm or some, movement with the lack of movement.
Yeah, that's right. And then, so sorry, did I show you the Tudor? The 3?
No, you didn't.
Got ahead of myself. So there are 3 colors, Gloriana in the Tudor silk, which is what you would use on the high count linens for. So we have all those available.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely well worth having in your stash just in case.
Yeah, sometimes it's really handy.
All right, so I'm just going to say a quick couple words about tariffs before we go on to the exciting part of the video, which is the hand-dyed linen parade. But I just want to say that, as everybody knows, this situation is changing daily, but I want to just give everybody an update of where we're at with that. So the vast majority of the stock that we carry in our shop comes from the States. And the vast majority of the base product that are linen dyers, thread dyers, companies like Kreinik and Rainbow Gallery, the vast majority of what they're using to make their products comes from overseas.
Yeah.
So all of those products, as they come into the States, my current understanding is that they will have at least a 10% tariff applied to them as they come in. So into the US. So as our suppliers receive their new stock of base product, their costs are going to go up, which means their prices are going to go up, which means our prices are going to go up. So for the most part, none of that is going to happen right away, but it's going to be as, like I say, they get new stock and we get new stock. We're going to have to do it. It's just the way that it's going to go. So if you have a special project or something that was a special kit you want to make or anything like that, now is a good time to start collecting it. There's no guarantee that everything's going to be at current pricing, but at least you're going to be making a start.
Yeah.
And so for the most part, the products that we're bringing into Canada do not have tariffs on them. The one exception that we've run into so far is stands from Needlework System 4, which of course are aluminum, and I should have been more on top of that and realized that that was going to happen. So the items that came in our most recent shipment were tariffed, so the prices on those items have been price increased to reflect that. But our older stock of Needlework System 4 stuff, we did not increase the prices on. So if there were any accessories or anything you wanted to add to your set, now's a good time to do that. The aluminum is going to be an interesting thing because I believe that most of the base aluminum comes from Canada, which is going to get tariffed going into the States, and then they're going to make the stands, and then it'll be tariffed coming back into Canada. So there is the potential of quite a bit of a price jump there, in case that was something that was on your radar.
Okay.
And then our shipments going into the States, so our customer orders that we're sending by the postal system are not having any tariffs. So our customers in the States aren't having anything added by us or anything added when they receive their product under, it's called the de minimis agreement, which came out of NAFTA, but the new agreement and that kind of thing. So that is how it is right now. And if any of that changed, we would certainly reach out to our customers and have a conversation about that. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So if anybody has any questions about that specific to their order, specific to our shop, we can answer some questions about that. I am by no means an expert, but we've had people contact us about tariff situations with other vendors, other shops, and I can't speak to that. So I just know what's going on with us. So, yeah.
That's the whole of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just not fun, but whatever, make the most of it.
That's right. That's the takeaway from all of it.
Yeah. So now I would like to show you some beautiful hand-dyed linen and change our focus, and that will make us happy.
Good idea.
So the first fabric that I have to show you here is 32 count winter brew from R&R. And it's been a while, like a couple of years since we've been able to get this in. So we're really excited to have it. And we have quite a bit of it.
Okay.
And we have 36 count winter brew on its way. It will be here by next week. And that has been something that people have been really waiting for as well. Okay. And we have lots of that coming. So if you want 32 or 36 winter brew, now is a great time to order it. Okay. This next fabric that I'm going to show you is 40 count legacy linen from Picture This Plus. And we have quite a bit of it on hand right now in anticipation of the popularity of the upcoming series from Cottage Garden Samplings.
Okay.
So details haven't really been released about that, just kind of the bare bones. But we stocked up on this color of fabric, mostly in 40 count, because that's what it's called for, but also in 36 and 32 count, because we've been caught with some of these series in the past where the linen was really hard to get after the design was released.
Sure.
So 40 count legacy from Picture This Plus. Okay. And then I have a few colors here of needle and flax. We did get quite a large shipment from them the other day, but this little stack is what I thought I could safely steal from the shop for the video today. So we have lots of these fabrics in lots of counts and more colors that I'm going to show you. The only thing that's currently out of stock in 36 and 40 count is the Brea, but it is on order and we should have it soon. So this is 36 Dirty Teacup, and that's a great mottled fabric. This is 36 Fragile A, which is a really nice light neutral.
I like that.
Yeah. 36 Gallows Hill. This was released last fall and is used in a couple of Plum Street samplers, so it's a great fabric to have. Gallows Hill. This is 36 Thornfield.
Very popular.
Yeah, very popular, good neutral, this is a model. And then this is 36 Hawthorn. So similar, but just a darker idea. And this is a newer color too. It's called Mackinac Fudge. And this is 36 count. So it maybe isn't, well, it's got gold. I think it's actually showing pretty good in the video.
Yeah.
The color that it is.
Yeah.
Mackinac Fudge. And then the always very popular Tobias in 36 count and 40 count. You can see the 40 count dyed a little bit darker this round than the 36, but it is just a really good color too. And a few recent Brenda Gervais releases have been on that fabric. So if you've been looking for it, we have it.
Right.
So we will put those all into the hand-dyed linen parade section on our website. And I might also tuck the thread packs that I showed off into that section too, so that they're really easy for people to just kind of go and click and add to their cart if they're looking for them or more information on them.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I think that was kind of it for my list. What have you got for plans?
As you were talking, I was thinking, what do I have for plans? Working, puttering around, and
I almost forgot. Do you have the map?
Yes, it's all. Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. And I think our viewers would love to see it too.
Big.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay.
And it's heavy. So
holy.
Yeah. But it's 32 count, I believe. I can't remember what color. So
huh. Oh, that is one heck of an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's really really heavy. It reminds me kind of like a watercolor and line drawing. And I think the designer and the company is Lenart. I think that was their whole purpose. These European companies, that's kind of their how they design. And then I put a red bead and a blue bead respectively for where my mom and dad
great idea
were born. And then on the back, I've got a complete legend of what all of the landmarks are, I guess. And yeah, so definitely a family heirloom. So
are you going to stitch more so that each?
Are you kidding? I don't usually use curse words, but there's a few times that I was grumbling pretty hard about this piece. And
yeah,
my sister did it also, and she finished hers last October, and I was barely a quarter way done, and I went, oh, I've got to just, sit down and work on this. And I worked on it exclusively. I didn't pick up anything else for about 4 or 5 months just to get it done. So I'm glad it's done.
Well, good for you. That's a heck of an accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, it's no more than, some of the hat samplers I've done, or the big Prairie Schooler, the one, the ABC that I think you had started one time.
Yep.
So
it's in a long-term timeout because I have a really, really big boo-boo I have to unpick. So yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but that's a great project. I definitely will finish that one someday.
It is. I've got it hanging up, and I have to admit it's probably one of my most favorite ones. So,
well, I'm going to insert a picture if I can find one here, just so that you familiarize yourself with what Rosie is.
Yeah.
Well, I got the fun stuff like taxes to do, but my vegetable garden seeds came.
And you have another little thing that nobody probably knows, but I'm not going to share it. It's not my story. Would you like to share it?
Yes, I get to plan a wedding.
Because,
Yes, well, about 2 weeks ago, my boyfriend planned a hike for us to do in Kananaskis country up to, it's called Gypsum Ridge. And it was quite a hike because it was still very snowy.
yeah,
And so up on the top of the ridge with the Kananaskis lakes on either side and a beautiful view, he got down on one knee.
now if we could put in fireworks here, this would be the place.
Yeah, so I am trying to keep my happiness so quiet, but not doing a very good job.
Well, I think you need to share that. So,
Yeah.
so I know for those that are watching this, one of the things Janice said at the beginning was, I have to do taxes, bring in my taxes, but I'm hoping that my ring at the jeweler's has been resized and they let me know. So she's been sitting without a ring for 2 weeks. So
Yes.
so I don't know if there's a piece of floss on her finger.
No, I didn't think about that, but I could
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that's big news. So we're aiming for kind of mid-November for a date and just do something super small, but that we can take some really nice pictures and have some good memories.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, from all of us that are watching and from me, congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, it's a good time of life, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, you and I are going to put our heads together and figure out when our next video will be, roughly in a month's time, and we'll put that out there, and maybe we will be planting vegetable seeds and stuff by that time.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, I've been starting to think about what I'm planting. So yeah, I'm hoping by the middle of May that I can start planting some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time, Rose.
Thanks, Janice.
Talk to you soon.
You bet. Bye.
Bye.